Anyway, welcome to another episode of Nobody Listens to Liz. I'm Leah Frederick.
I'm Liz Eric Dykes. And I'm Sierra Peluso.
And yes, we are doing this episode again because we just sat here for at least 30 minutes not recording. And it was great content, too.
Great content.
Great.
Sorry you missed it.
Yep. Sorry it's not been immortalized in video or audio form. So today, we're kind of going off script a little bit. We've got these things, and then we start talking about all the stuff kind of going on in our lives and
Dream homes.
Dream homes. Yeah. Is the idea of a dream home can it be a reality, do you think? Is it something that really...
Well, anything could happen. So yeah, absolutely.
All right. So you win the lottery and you go out and you buy your dream home. If it really is, it something you're building, or is it something that you think you can find?
I think I could absolutely design and build my dream home. My problem is I could probably find it in the market somewhere, but the location and the home might not be exactly right at the same time. Yeah. So it just depends.
Yeah. And my dream home isn't like one home. It's like I want to be in the mountains, and then the next day I want to be on the beach, and then the next day I want to be at the lake.
Well, if you won the lottery, you could have like 4 dream homes.
That
in each
that is
climate.
what I need.
But do you? That's my question.
No, I don't need it.
But no, even with that. Okay, so my sister, she's got their townhome, and they have the farm in Ripley, and go out on the weekends, and certainly particularly during the summer. They got the garden, and it's really a great space. We're having Thanksgiving there, things like that.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But it is a responsibility, and it's not a small responsibility either. And so that's kind of we have so many demands on our time already. When does it become a burden having all those things? Because you have somebody take care. You got to winterize. You got to, keep it clean, keep the bats out, things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought of bats immediately, but there you go. So,
and animals in general.
Just animals in general.
Yeah.
Bourbon.
When I think of like someone's dream home, a perfect picture for me, although it wasn't totally finished, is like your parents' house and your dad being the architect for their house. It looks like a tree house. It's gorgeous. It's on all this acreage in New Richmond, Ohio. It's super cool, but it looks like something that like you would come out of a magazine. That's in my head what a dream house is. It's something you literally dreamed up and thought, this is what I want. Yeah, that's extra cool instead of my typical dream house would be like, I want to make sure it has all these features. I want to make sure it has all these luxuries in it. I want to make sure it's convenient for me. I like the floor plan. But for him, like, it was a true dream house.
It was a true dream house. Dad designed and built the majority of the house himself. And I mean, we just found the original drawings of it, and it was interesting because for the most part, 95% of it was exactly how he had envisioned it. Now he built this. We started. They broke ground in 1973, and I don't know. I guess we moved in very soon after I was a child, believe it or not. So I don't have a memory of that.
So they broke ground in 1973, but it wasn't complete
to
today. And it's 2025.
2025. It's mostly done. Honestly, Dad getting diagnosed with ADD.
We literally did. You gotta say, did your dad have ADHD?
He did. But it's funny because I think back, growing up on it, because it's beautiful. He was inspired by the topography. The way my father situated his houses was very unique. He really took in the surroundings. And it is on 21 acres of land. It abuts a nature preserve, which he also had a hand in preserving in Pierce Township. And it is a beautiful home. We've got, cherry wood floors. The cherry came from an opera house in Italy. It was, just
very cool.
It's very cool. And there's all these built-ins, which was really interesting because we were talking about how today, 4 years ago, is when we started moving Mom and Dad out and clearing out the property. So 4 years, it's still not completely done, kind of thing. So that's a whole other story in itself, and probably a different episode. But it is a unique house. It's not my dream house. It has its share of challenges. There's a natural spring. There's a 1/4 mile long gravel driveway that goes uphill like that
with a hairpin turn.
with 2 hairpin turns actually.
And she drives a box truck of it.
Oh yeah, that's how I know it was 4 years today, because the first time I took the box truck up there was recorded.
She's named my box truck Big Bertha.
Yes, it's a good name. It's a great name.
She names everything, which is great.
I do. So, but we got it up there, and it's. But you grow up there, and winters, you're brushing the driveway, because a gravel driveway, you use brushes. You can't use shovels, because you just move the gravel around then. So we sometimes had to move the cars down at the bottom of the driveway, and
walk all the way down.
Walk all the way up and walk all the way down.
Gosh, did you guys have to walk down there for the bus too?
Oh yeah, every day.
Gosh,
and sometimes
we're in great shape.
Well, I definitely have no fear of hills, which is why
I had a long driveway. I had to walk for the bus.
So you knew, really?
Yeah, a long gravel drive.
I guess I was just lazy.
We're just lucky,
Yeah, that could be it too. The latter. So, but yeah, it is a dream home. I remember, when I became the trustee and we were deciding, and it was decided that we need to sell the property. I did approach and, tell all my siblings and saying, hey, if you want to buy the house, then we'll let you have it for X amount of dollars. And it did occur to me, because it was a great price, just FYI. But did I want this house? No, not my dream house.
Had enough of that house.
Had enough of that house, because there's a lot of work involved in maintaining 21 acres of land and the houses, and there's the 2 other structures on there too, and bats like cedar shake shingles, which is covered with, and flat roofs. Flat roofs suck. Sorry, they are horrible. Yes. They're horrible. So dealing with that.
It's still hard to let go, though.
It is. And, I've had a lot of people ask me, because I'll be dealing with the sale, serving as the realtor. When we get it, when it's done, there's some repairs that have to be done on the house first. But is it going to be an emotional decision? Because most real estate transactions, particularly if it's your childhood home, or
I think all of them are.
Well,
that's a whole nother episode.
That could be, but will I have any regrets? Not a one.
Yeah.
Not a one.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have the idea of it's better to just kind of you have that time. My idea of a great home, 20 years ago. Yeah. Is very different than what I think today. And, Mark and I are looking to buy a house together. We're working on compromising as far as what the age of the house is going to be so far. So,
the house and location is very different for you two together than it was when you just bought yours.
So it's going to be a very different house.
A few years ago.
Yeah, it's going to be a very, very different kind of house. Yeah. So I think depending on what part of your age or bracket or what time of life you're in, is very different.
Yeah, I think it's season of life. My parents right now are getting ready to sell we just listed my childhood home in Owensville.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I walked into it empty, it was shocking, I've been really busy, and I didn't really get a chance to assist them in moving, and walking in and seeing nothing in there, it's very surprising. It's a little eerie,
But it was easy access to the bus.
Yeah, it has easy access to the bus. You do not have to hike down to the bus. Write that down in the bus. Yeah. So if anybody's looking for a house in Owensville that you don't have to hike to the bus, let me know.
There you go.
It is a bit hard to come by.
Yeah. But they built that house when I was a baby, and that was their dream house, right? They chose the floor plan, they chose the colors, they chose the finishes, and at that time in their life, that was their dream house.
Mm-hmm.
It no longer is. They're ready to sell it and move on to their next chapter. But
it's still a bigger house.
Yeah, they're not downsizing.
They're not downsizing. It's just
they're just changing locations.
Changing locations, changing age of house. They've got an older house now too. So
yeah. So
great neighborhood.
I think it just depends on what season of life you're in, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Was your house that you're in currently your dream house?
No.
Well, you move every couple of years.
Yeah, it's actually about that
How
time.
Why do you do that, Sierra?
I mean, my God, just the idea of packing and moving.
Yeah, and we're not doing it again. We're in it to win it with this house for a while.
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah, but our other houses we have
Commitment issues.
no, we worked on them, we got equity, we flipped them, we sold them.
So that's some of the best money I've ever made in real estate. Actually, the best money I've ever made in real estate is not as a realtor, not as an investor, not apartments, not Airbnbs, none of that. It is buying a house, occupying it as your primary residence for 2 years or more, and then reselling it and getting that profit, because that profit is all tax free. So that's what you guys have done also a few times.
You
right?
buy the diamond in the rough. You
Yeah.
cannot buy the prettiest house on the street and expect that to work.
Right.
Yeah.
That is not.
I like that. The diamond in the rough. And then you shine it up and, you know,
Yeah. Well, that's what I do with mine. I'm doing with mine. It's not done by any stretch of the imagination, but it's the same kind of thing. You know, you know,
you got a great deal on your house.
and I got an amazing deal. Deals on my realtor.
You'll have wonderful equity in that house.
Yep. Already do. It actually tripled in value already.
Tripled in
Yes.
5 years.
6 years now. So yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
You've been busy.
I have been busy. There's, again, still things to do. If I put it on the market now, I'm not sure how it would do, but it definitely has his accrued value. And it's unusual to have that much accrual of
That
value,
fast.
that fast.
Yeah.
It is very unusual. I agree. It would be nice.
But it's great if you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So you think you're going to be in your place for a little bit longer?
Oh, yeah. Until our plan is until the boys are grown.
Yeah.
We don't want to miss again.
Is grown like 18 or grown like 30?
They're both the
18.
That's a whole other topic we had earlier today.
I think we did a podcast about living in your mom's basement
like that. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, you've had a couple houses though. I don't know if you've decided on.
Travis calls it a gaggle. I've collected a gaggle of houses right now. So we've tried to move from our current house, which is 18 acres in Foster, Kentucky, brick ranch house that we've both worked on. He doesn't really like the houses. If it doesn't have an engine, he's not interested, but he did start the remodel.
Sleep somewhere.
Yeah, about sleep and shower, and his dog has a bed. He sold me before me.
Yeah.
So he started the remodel. He actually was doing a pretty good job. And so I've started to finish that as we got together a few years ago. And now I'm actually getting the house ready to sell. So like doing some finishing touches, fixing some stuff that has some wear and tear, those kind of things. So while we're doing that, we bought a house in Augusta, Kentucky to move to.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually one of my friend's houses, pretty sentimental to me, and we were so excited about it. We have figured out that the house needs a lot more work than we planned on. We knew it needed a lot of work. We were aware. It needs a lot more than that.
A gaggle of work.
Yeah, more than a gaggle of work.
This is the one that you're presently in right now? That one or
No.
Okay. Okay.
So then
I was going to say that then we had the next chapter.
Yeah. So the whole reason we decided to move to town in Augusta was to have less housework and less maintenance, because now we have land. We have, we have to mow the yard, take care of things. We have barn and stuff.
Along the driveway.
Charlotte would have to hike the driveway to go to the right.
See, what's this? The problem. I got to get rid of that hours of this. My daughter's not doing it.
One for me. Need a spoiled kid over here. So we decided we would move to town because we split our time between Somerset, Kentucky and Augusta area. So we wanted something low maintenance, small yard, somebody else can cut and stuff. No big deal. Less to take care of. So when we're home, we can be a lot more present. Work-life balance kind of thing, So that house ended up, so far it's being worked on. We're figuring it out. But for now, we've moved to a house that my mom actually had redone in Augusta, and we're staying there. So we're getting the in-town experience without having to work much on the house. But it's been an adventure, and we're not sure exactly where we're going to land. So aren't you? And so we have a gaggle going on. We're just playing miserable houses and figuring it out as we go.
He's a nomad.
Yeah. I've moved like 4 times this summer, so
Which is why they have Big Bertha.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody's. Yeah. Let's just say the moving truck.
Yeah. So remember when you were talking, and Travis was talking about getting rid of Big Bertha. I'm like, you don't want to do that. I wasn't psychic. I just knew you're going to want to keep that truck.
So I think definitely, like, I never thought I would want to live in town, but for what we're doing, we've got a farm in Somerset that we can go to, and we've got at that little house up here that for now, that's what we want to do. But I wouldn't have thought that 5 years ago, you know?
It's interesting because I had clients actually just send me a listing saying, well, this is our dream home. And of course, it's like $200,000 out of their budget. Yeah. You know, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, you know, I can see what they're attracted to about it because it's an old farmhouse. It has acreage with it. Its location, you know, checks all these boxes for them. Now that I'm like, can I find something that's not quite at that finished polish?
The diamond in the rough.
The diamond in the rough
That they
for
could fix
them
up.
that they could fix up. So, although they have gone down that route too, they had a beautiful house on about 5 acres in Independence, and they just didn't have time to do it. So it's kind of like, okay, well, again, your priorities have changed because you've got kids now and running around doing all the kid stuff. So I think that is something that, you know, when we're taking these buyers around, is this really your dream house? Yeah, it is your dream house for now. It's a season in your life. But, you know.
Or is it your dream house in your mind, but it doesn't fit the season of life that you're in?
Yeah, that's very true. So every time I remember going to this Homeorama tours and stuff like that, and you'd look at these massive houses, beautiful landscape. And
That give you such a skewed view, right? Yeah. Like, that's not what you need.
TV, exactly. Those shows too. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's nice and stuff, but I don't need that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I'm definitely in that season of life of, particularly after the experience with mom and dad, downsize.
Get rid of all your crap.
Get rid of it. Hence the flea market.
The art of getting rid of your stuff before you die.
Yes.
I would like a bulk discount on buying that book so I can give it to every family member I've got. Yeah. And probably clients.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we had, I just had a client who has been in the process. Her family has been on this land for a couple generations. And she didn't just have her in-laws' stuff. She had her son's stuff because he predeceased her. Her stuff. She's a bit of a collector as well. And she was downsizing. And there was an amazing amount of stuff. And I mean, it had value. Although I do remember walking in, this is a second visit. We were supposed to actually take the pictures of the house. I'll never forget this. And I will tell you, as a realtor, this is kind of what we consider above and beyond, but family friend. And so I knew I had to be a little tough.
Oh, I know which one.
You know which one it is. The one.
Yeah, I know which one it is.
And yep. And ended up walking in and this is like, 4 hours away, 4 or 5 hours away. Walking in, we're going to do pictures and we're going to get the house listed. And none of this stuff was ready. None of it. And ended up getting her out of the house and then just tossing things in closets and taking pictures of the house as we did it. And we got it done. I've never worked so hard in my life next to mom and dad's house. But, oh my gosh. I mean, coffee mugs. She wanted to be part of the auction. And I finally was like, nobody is going to want to buy your coffee mugs. I promise you. Nobody's going to want to.
World's #1 dad.
Nobody. Just give them away. And they did end up giving away to actually a local restaurant that's the thing they do. All the coffee cups come from, they're different mismatched. So
Perfect.
So win-win.
So it doesn't end up in the landfill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's what I would do with them.
Right. And we were talking before when we actually forgot to record. You
Are we supposed to record? Is anybody going to listen?
Yes, I know, right? That's the thing.
Nobody's listening.
About resources to give stuff away.
Yeah.
That I didn't even know about. Talk about those.
Yeah, so we have some great resources that I've found over the years, and other people too. One of them that I absolutely love is a program in Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky where they have teens aging out of the foster system, and they're going to be getting their first apartments, and they need like household items. You know, they need kitchen supplies, they need furniture, they need bedding, they need beds, that kind of thing. And just getting them started and getting them on their feet. So they take donations. Depending on where you're located, she'll even come get them. But this lady in this group helps, I wish I could think of the name of it. I'll drop it below.
Yeah.
I'll drop it
Include it in the DMs and stuff like that.
But they take this stuff, they help them get set up for their first apartment. I think that's really cool because it does keep it out of the landfill.
Yep.
Yeah.
My favorite thing to do of all time is throw stuff away.
Me too.
Yeah. Or burn it, right?
Yeah.
So if
that's
people
fair.
can use it, I'm happy to donate it. It just gets so overwhelming so fast when you have all this extra stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
Yeah.
very,
Especially if it's not yours.
Yeah.
honestly, about that is mine or like my house.
Yeah.
Even if it is mine, I get overwhelmed with stuff.
I have a hard time parting with things, and I don't know why, because like most of it, it's not like I love it. I just feel like I spent money on this.
So it has value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's even a thing.
And yet we were talking about this too with that we're in such a throwaway society, because that was one thing when going through my parents' stuff. You know, my father's intent, they were like, we do not want all this stuff to end in a landfill because it had value to them. And so for the 4 years, I've been, selling stuff, giving it away. There has been stuff we have taken to the dump because six times, nobody's going to want it.
Is full.
The dump is
Let's fill it.
The dump is full. Shout out to Mason County and that whole setup.
But we did find a really cool place in Maysville.
Yep.
And we've got booths there where we've been taking some of our stuff, our
flea
client
market.
stuff.
Yeah, the Riverfront Finds. They're off of 68.
Yeah, it's like a little mall thing. It's really cute. They have some cute stuff. They have some cool stuff.
Great stuff.
New stuff, old stuff, whatever. And we've been taking stuff there and actually getting a little bit of our money back for it instead of putting it in a landfill.
Yeah.
Grand.
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
It really is. Because somebody, I'll throw that to you. Was that Trash or Treasures? Oh, what's the name of that?
I haven't thought about that.
Well, I was going to say, wasn't that radio station in
Adams County. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trash to Treasures.
Trash to try you. Oh, I love that.
That is
so funny.
Great radio show. If you guys, do you know what number, what on the dial it is?
No idea.
Anyway. Sorry, I can't even. We'll also put down what that radio station is, because it is. They've got a program called Trash to Treasures. People call in and say, "So I got 4 tires."
They sound just like that.
They sound just like that, and that's how people will buy things.
Do they give it away or do they sell it?
Well, a lot of them will sell it and stuff.
So that's funny because it must be a rural thing. In Somerset, Kentucky, they have, I think it's called Dial and Deal, something like that.
Yeah.
The local radio station has Dial and Deal. And
Cool.
maybe that's what it is, Dial and Deal. You call in and say, oh, I got this old Ford tractor and it's
Somebody come and had a horsepower again. That's all they say.
I want $100 for, And so
we need something like that in Claremont County. I have Dad's old tools still to get rid of.
Do you want to sell them by phone one by one?
I knew, right? No, I really don't. Bad enough that I got to recycle all the damn TVs. And pay
That's why.
to get them recycled. $25 a pop too.
Not if you blow them up.
Well, if you want to use them for target practice, you are welcome to do so. So
You asked about clients, if I offer that service for free. I actually helped another one of our agents, Miss Wonderful Patty, clean out a house. And then I've cleaned out a couple others for my clients. And I have taken that stuff. I just take it off their hands and go put it down there. And,
they're usually pretty grateful because, again, the responsibility of going through
is a lot.
It's a lot. It's a big job. So
And they don't necessarily all want it to go in the trash either. I mean, it's their stuff. But
right. And again, it has value. So
yeah.
Well, I think this was a good episode, even though we may have meandered a bit, talked about different things. I'm sure once we listen to it again, we'll have a good title and topic that we discussed.
Yeah.
Dream homes to getting rid of your. So anyway, well, comebacks.
For different strokes.
That's right.
What?
It's opposite. Like different strokes for a different folk.
I think that's more like it.
She's so pretty. Anyway, I'm Leah Frederick.
I'm Liz Eric Dyke, and I'm Sierra Peluso.
Come back and see us for another episode of Nobody Listens to Liz.
Thankful nobody's listening.
Yeah. Bye.